What happens when a man becomes a stranger in the very place he calls home? Can modern science coexist with ancient Indian beliefs, or must one destroy the other? In this book, a young man returns to his village with Western education and dreams of progress. But what awaits him is not success, it's a clash of cultures, values, and identities. This powerful novel explores the deep ideological conflict between traditional Indian wisdom and modern Western thinking, all through the lens of human relationship with animals, nature, and the land. At its heart, author asks a question that remains relevant even today. How do we embrace the future without abandoning the past? Few novels dare to tackle such difficult questions about culture, faith, tradition, and change. This one does, and it does so with remarkable depth and honesty. More than a story, Orphaned is a conversation about who we are, where we come from, and what we risk losing in the name of progress. This classic novel is written by Dr. S. L. Bhyrappa, who was an Indian novelist, philosopher, and screenwriter. The Government of India has awarded the author with two of the country's prestigious civilian honours, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri. The story takes place in a traditional village in Karnataka, where Kalinga's late grandfather, Kalinga Gowda, was not just a farmer, he was a guardian of the Punyakoti breed of cows. His life revolves around farming, cows, and traditions. He is deeply connected to nature and beliefs. To him, cows are not merely sources of milk. They represent motherhood, generosity, and sacredness. An old cow that no longer gives milk is still cared for because gratitude matters more than profit. Punyakoti breed of cows has special importance in that village. To know why, here is the true story behind it. Once upon a time, in the lush green mountains of Karnataka, lived a gentle and beautiful cow named Punyakoti. She belonged to a kind cowherd. One evening, while Punyakoti was grazing in the forest, she encountered a fierce tiger. As the tiger prepared to attack and make her his meal, the terrified cow made a heartfelt plea. Punyakoti begged the tiger to spare her life just for the night. She explained that she had a little helpless calf waiting at home for his evening milk. She made a promise to the tiger. She would feed her calf, say her goodbyes, and return to the forest the very next morning to become his meal. The tiger was shocked. He had hunted many animals, but none had ever willingly offered to return to certain death. Initially skeptical, Tiger eventually agreed and let her go. Punyakoti returned to the village, fed her calf, and shared the whole story with the other cows. They were deeply saddened and tried to stop her from going back, but Punyakoti stood firm. She explained to her child that truth and honesty are the highest values of life. The next morning, true to her word, Punyakoti walked all the way back into the dark forest and stood before the tiger. When the tiger saw Punyakoti approaching, he was astounded. He realized her immense integrity and truthfulness. Deeply moved by her honesty, the tiger declared that eating such a noble and truthful soul would be a terrible sin, refused to harm her, and promised never to hunt or kill cows again. For Kalinga's grandfather, the cow's milk was never a commodity. It was a blessing. The calf drank first. Only then the humans take the rest. But Kalinga, who studied modern agriculture in America, believes he is bringing knowledge back to his people. But the moment he returns, he realizes something has changed. Or perhaps he has changed. The village he once knew is still the same. The farmers still work their fields. The temple bells still echo through the mornings. The cows still roam freely through the village streets. Yet, Kalinga now sees everything differently since he learns to see farming through the lens of science. To him, the old ways are inefficient. And to his foreign wife, Hilda, cows are a machine for milk, meat, and money. She sells old cows that no longer gives milk. To her, animals are part of a farming system. Their value is measured by productivity and practicality. The villagers see as sacred, she sees as inefficient. At first, these differences seem harmless, but slowly, they begin to grow into something much larger. Every conversation becomes a debate, every decision becomes a conflict, every attempt to modernize the village feels like an attack on its traditions. Kalinga finds himself trapped between two worlds. On one side stands the future science, progress, and rational thinking. On the other stands the past culture, faith, and centuries of inherited wisdom. Neither side is completely wrong. Neither side is completely right. And that is what makes the conflict so powerful. The villagers no longer see him as one of their own. Hilda becomes increasingly frustrated with the traditions surrounding her, and Kalinga slowly realizes that he belongs fully to neither world. He is too modern for the village, yet too rooted in the village to become completely Western. This is where the title Orphaned reveals its true meaning. Kalinga is not an orphan because he has lost his parents. He is orphaned because he is losing his sense of belonging. He is becoming disconnected from the culture that shaped him, while never fully becoming part of the culture he adopted. If someone wants to know whether modernity and tradition can truly coexist, can we embrace change without losing our roots? What we gain and what we risk losing in the pursuit of modernity? Author transforms this question into an unforgettable story, making it essential reading for anyone interested in the true cost of modernity. This literature offers an experience that's both engaging and deeply meaningful. It's not just a novel about a village, it's a novel about all of us. Through its unforgettable characters and thought-provoking conflicts, the novel challenges us to reflect on our own beliefs, roots, and identity. I feel this story is just as meaningful today as when it was first written. If you enjoy books that stay with you long after you've turned the last page, Orphan deserves a special place on your reading list. If this story moved you, then don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into incredible literature. See you in the next video.